Especially about our next topic, which is Florian Wirtz. Huge relief for him and Liverpool this weekend as the £116 million signing finally got his first goal in the Premier League. It came when they beat Wolves 2-1. Jamie, first Premier League goal on Saturday, a first Premier League assist the week before. Are we seeing the real Florian Wirtz now, and it's while Mo Salah's away?
Well,
Time to step up.
Yeah, well, he's stepping up. I don't think it's because Mo Salah's not there. I think it's just because he's finding his feet. You know, I think when a player comes in like him with a huge price tag, it was pressure on him from the start of the season, and Liverpool didn't really get him going. But it's taken a bit of time. And what I've started to notice is players like him, Xavi Simons, you know, physically they're not used to the Premier League. It's a bit of a shock to the system. And I think it takes him a bit of time to get used to it. And what I've watched now with Florian Wirtz, he's getting himself in better positions, but he's also being able to, he feels a bit stronger. He knows how to take a tackle. He knows how to lean into people. He's getting in the right areas where he can get a few touches. I think at the start of the season, he was getting into areas where normally in the Bundesliga, he'd get it, he'd have a couple of touches, you can make something happen. You don't get that time in the Premier League. So it's took a time for him, to adjust, and I think you're starting to see that now. He's growing in confidence. He knows he's an important player for Liverpool, but I think he's taking him a little bit more time to settle in than other people have who come over who are physically stronger and about pace and directness. He's a different type of player, and I've noticed it with Xavi Simons as well. It took him a bit of time, and you're starting to see better from him. So look, fair play to him because he was under a lot of pressure, a lot of scrutiny because of the price tag. But you can see he's a top player. Liverpool
are fourth. Is a top four finish enough for Arne Slot in his second season, having won the title last season?
Well, look, I think after the things that happened with Liverpool, they signed players in the summer. They lost Diogo Jota, sadly. There's a lot of things going on at the club, turmoil. They started the season okay. I think it's a new team. It's a new squad of players that they've had to put together. Some of them have been disappointing. Kirkes hasn't been great. Frimpong is still trying to find his feet. As I said, Florian Wirtz took a bit of time to get going. Isak wasn't fit. Now he's got injured. So I think, we all expected Liverpool to go and, dominate the league, but it doesn't work like that. It's tough to keep doing it. So I think if they get top four, if they finish third, I think they can maybe get away with it, Arne Slot. The pressure will be on him next season, though.
Well, let's open up the debate and we can welcome Liverpool fan Sarah Luca to the show. Right, Sarah, good morning to you. Wirtz, we're saying that he's improved and he's stepped up in recent weeks, but you've seen him more than us. Are we right?
Oh, absolutely. But to be fair, I think he's been great the entire season. It's the rest of the team that have let him down, really. And I don't think it is a coincidence that since Mo has been dropped, Wirtz has come alive. I think that has been key to it too. I think there's definitely been some frustration there between Mo Salah and Wirtz. So he's definitely improved since Mo has been sidelined.
In what way? Is it just because of the way they both play together? Maybe that Wirtz wants to operate in spaces where Salah does. What do you think the issue is between the two on the pitch?
I think it took a while for the whole team, not just Mo Salah, to get used to the way Wirtz plays. He moves into those spaces between defenders, the gap between their defence and their midfield. He's one-touch, quick thinking football, and it's taken a long time to get used to that. Whereas Ekitike has, Kirkes has, God, they were amazing together against Wolves. Also, Jones being in the midfield has made a huge difference to kind of making sure that Wirtz is part of the play. His stats against Tottenham were outstanding, let alone against Wolves, which was 104 touches, 7 successful dribbles, 100% tackle rate, and obviously, finally, his goal, which I'm delighted about.
Are you telling me then that Mo Salah is finished at Liverpool? Are we looking like you're better without him?
I hope he's not finished at Liverpool. I hope that whatever discussions that were held before he went off to AFCON really has put it to bed, what he said about the club, what he said about Slot, because quite frankly, we are a team that needs talent right now. And if it is true that City are going to get Semenyo rather than us, we're going to need Mo back and we're going to need him back firing. So we're hoping, he does incredibly well and he is playing well for Egypt, that Egypt win, he comes back absolutely flying and gets back into the team. But yes, I definitely think that Mo's nose was put out of joint. You know, he was the star, the legend at Liverpool, and then we spent some big money on people like Wirtz and Isak, and it kind of affected Mo's game.
Last week when you were on, you said that you wanted Santa Claus to bring you, I think, was it 3 or 4 new signings in January? Just remind everybody what those 4 signings were, but I will say that one of them was Semenyo, and looks like you're going to lose out on him. So how disappointed are you with that? And who were the other ones you wanted?
Yeah, so Semenyo, I hope the door isn't completely closed. I think we are learning from how we went about our business in the summer. You know, we were talking about we're going to splash the cash while the sun's shining, or whatever the Liverpool legends were saying, you know, ex-players, etc. I think we're downplaying that so that we don't end up spending a fortune on players that we don't need to. Obviously, Gay was in there. I also added Rodgers and Wharton in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
But I do think that even if we don't sign Semenyo, the fact that Kerkez and Frimpong are coming alive now, that Wirtz is that player that we've wanted him to play, that kind of brain in the centre, supplying Ekitike, who is still flying, I think we'll be okay. Yes, I do hope we get Semenyo, but I don't think it would define our season. And I do think now we're in 4th. You know, Arsenal have some tough games to come, including against us. I hope that they can drop a few points, as well as City, and we're back where we should be.
So do you think you're still in this title race, 10 points behind with, well, almost halfway through?
I think if we can continue this run, if we don't have any more major injuries, the problem is, I hope we spend some money in January, because without Isak, we are very light. And obviously at the back we are. If we have an injury to Van Dijk or Konate, like what is the solution? So I hope that some of the players we're being linked with actually happen. And I really do hope that the Gay thing was just a pause button rather than that we won't get him.
You need Gay. You need to get Gay. I think he's one you have to get. If you don't get him in January, you can forget about even competing. I don't think you're in the title race anyway, but I think if you're looking at a player who's going to come in, be a massive player for them over the next few years, Gay is someone that you need to get. I just don't know with Gay. I'm really interested to see what happens with Gay. Does he go to Liverpool? Does he wait? Are Man City potentially interested in him? You know, you might see Nathan Ake go the other way. Man City have got something to offer Crystal Palace. I don't know if Man City, you know, under the radar, might be interested in Mark Gay, because I think he comes in and plays. I think he starts for them. But they've got something to offer him. You ain't really got anything to offer, obviously money, but I don't know. Man, Crystal Palace might look at it and think...
Liverpool are a big club. I mean...
I'm not talking about Mark Gay. I'm talking about what have Liverpool got to offer Crystal Palace.
Oh, I see what you mean in terms of, Joe Gomez, maybe?
I don't know. Yeah, Joe Gomez, potentially, would he go there? I'm not sure. But, you know, you said to me Nathan Ake is, you know, on the radar of Crystal Palace. I'm just looking at it thinking, well, we'll take Mark Gay and we'll give you Nathan Ake plus a bit of money. Then all of a sudden, that's a nice little cherry, you know, to say we can get over the line.
An incentive.
You mean they wouldn't want Konate?
Konate ain't going to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we'll have to watch his contract situation as well. Sarah, great to speak to you. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Frimpong once again. Pulling it back for Gravenberch! Just the moment that Liverpool craved. Ekitike drifting through. Florian Wirtz! There's his Liverpool moment. Andre on corner duty. Alisson tried to get there, made a really smart save, but Wolves have a goal to celebrate. That's guaranteed to put smiles on Wolves' faces.